Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to my channel. Today is June 28th, and that means it's time to give you an update on how I did with my Use It Up 2020 challenge for this month. And again, this is just an informal challenge, not an official collaboration or anything like that. There are a handful of people who are participating either through YouTube videos or posting on Instagram, and then I think some who are playing along just on their own. But basically, the point of it is to be intentional about trying to use up items from your stash. So for me, I pull out some certain things each month that I want to try and focus on using up. And again, it just helps me to be intentional and to focus on using up some of those older things out of my stash. So I did this a little bit different for June. I decided to make June the month I was focusing on finishing things up instead of just using things up, because I had a lot of projects in process that I had started at some point, didn't have time to finish, and they all just I keep kind of putting them in bins, and I was running out of room in my bin, so I figured I needed to finish those up. And I was hoping that as I was finishing things up in the process, I would use things up as well, and I did. I just didn't realize how much I would end up using up. One of my big focuses this month of finishing up was trying to finish scrapbooking my 2012 pictures. And I have done a lot of, this isn't all the pages, I've done a lot of pages this month and ended up using up a lot of patterned paper that had been in my stash for a while, so I used a lot of patterned paper sheets. And then I ended up finishing off 6 pages of stickers, and I don't know where it went, but I finished off these buttons. There it is. It was like a little 4-pack of travel theme buttons, so I finished off those as well. And you've seen all of these pages before in some other videos, but I just tried to use them across some of the different pages that I worked on, and that helped me got my 2012 pictures scrapbook, and it helped me use up some stickers that had been in my stash for a while. So it's like a win-win. So next, again, you've seen these too, but one thing that helped me use up a ton of paper were the notebooks that I had decorated. And you've seen these. These are in a couple different videos. But these are just the composition notebooks that I decorated. And then the journals that I have made. These used up a whole lot of paper as well. So if you're looking for a great way to use up paper, journals are definitely an awesome way to do that. So next is one you haven't seen. And back right before Christmas, Christian from Christian's Crafty Adventures sent me a box of Happy Mail and amazing embellishments in there, along with some other items. But so she sent me things like there were like little coffee cups, so you can see that there's bows, some doilies, rosettes, some little mini envelopes, different kind of embellishments. And I tried working on using up a bunch of those up, because she also had, on some of them, she had like a paper backing. And so I decided to use up the paper backings that I had and then use some of her embellishments to make some cards. So here's one where this was a doily and a banner that was one of her bag toppers. This paper was her, like the backing of the embellishment bag. And then this was one of the embellishments that she made. And I think I added, it didn't have a sentiment on it, and I added the hello. So here's another one. This was paper that she had included in one of her embellishment bags, and then this was another topper with a doily, and I just trimmed it down. And then she had also included this sentiment here, miracles happen when you believe, and the flower was already included. And then I just added some punch circles over here. So here's one where I used one of her bag toppers again, and then the backing to the bag, added a sentiment up here. And I don't remember if I added the bow or the flower, but just to kind of add some more to the card. Here again, this was, I think, a bag topper and a part of another bag topper with that strip one of the papers in her embellishment bags, and then I added the hello sentiment. And then here again was another bag topper, and this was a sentiment that she already had on there. So I used some of these up because these coordinated, like the flowers and the colors coordinated with the papers that she had used for the embellishment packages. And I ended up using some more of the coffee cups on some of the cards I did for my Smash That Small paper pad. So I didn't use them all up. There was one coffee cup yet. I didn't have any paper that quite matched it with what I was working on. So the only things I have left are like the envelopes and then the rosettes and some of the bows. So I figured those would be good on some non-card projects, like maybe on the front of some notebooks or something. So. And then next I ended up, you guys saw these, but I did finish off a pack of dimensional embellishments and border strips from K & Company, along with several sheets of Kaiser Craft paper. And that was making my 10 on the 10th cards. So these were the embellishments that I used up. And then these were the borders that I used. So you guys saw all those cards. Like here was another pile. But then I had paper left over and some of the border strips. And so I made a couple of random projects. Here's one. I just need to come up with a center for it. But here is a pocket. It's like a hot cocoa pocket that I can use for Christmas time. This was a border sticker left in, or part of a border sticker left in the K & Company pack. And sorry, there's a fly. And then I just pulled out some paper, some scrap from my stash that kind of matched the colors. So, and then because I had pulled this paper out, I was like, well, now I don't want to put those scraps back in. So I made a card, used one of the big scraps I had left of that paper, and then this is another one of the border stickers from the K & Company pack. So one of the patterns that I had pulled out to use for my 10 on the 10th cards, let me see if I can find one where you can actually see it. Here we go. Was this song, like music note paper, music book paper. And I had a bunch of that left. Or not a bunch, but a little bit of that left, about half a sheet. And so again, didn't want to stick it back in my stash. I wanted to use it up. So here I had some craft cardstock Post-it note holders already cut and they were in my one of my work in progress bins. So this is kind of a dual purpose project here. And so I just took some of that song note paper and then inked it up with some brown ink. I don't remember what I used. It was like walnut. I don't remember. It was one of the distress inks. But I just inked all of the edges and then kind of trimmed this paper down to fit the shape, like that little scallop shape there on the kind of flap here, and then just finished off the holder. So now all I have to do is add a little pin and then a Post-it note. So I did 2 of those, and I may do a little bit of embellishing, like maybe something right here, but again was trying to use up that paper. Here I made a tag using up some of the other paper that I had pulled out for the 10 on the 10th, and again trying to finish off those border strips. And I even used some of the border strips on the back. Here is another tag, again using some of the paper that I had pulled out for 10 on the 10th, as well as the last of one of the border strips. And then one more tag, again trying to finish off the paper and the border strips. So, and then what I just posted yesterday were my Stick Your Side of Crafting stickers. I used up, I had like 3 vinyl sticker sheets that had been in my stash for a while, and then some Stickopotamus flower stickers. So I made these 5 cards. These were the vinyl ones. That used up another 3 sticker sheets. And then some random things that I have used up This was a page of planner stickers that I used up. This is just like little labels that you can put on. I think you can use them for anything, but they're little circle label stickers. And I kind of ran across them again recently, and it's like, oh yeah, I need to start using those on. I can put them on the envelopes of the cards that I send out. So I've been using these up on all of the cards that I send out just to kind of help seal the envelope. So finished off one of those, and then I have a random roll of like the Recollections little ribbon. So other than the paper, which I can't really quantify here how much I've used, these are all of the embellishments that I used up this month, and I've gotten a lot of great projects out of it, finished off some projects that have been in the works for a while, and am getting caught up on my scrapbooking. So I hope you guys are able to use some of your stash up this summer. Again, these past few months, I know everybody's starting to get back into the stores now, but these past few months when you couldn't really physically go to stores, even though you could order online, sometimes it's not the same as being in the store and touching all of the pretty things. But it's been a great time to focus on using up stash, and even though I have been to Hobby Lobby, I'm probably headed to Michael's this week, I am still trying to really focus on using up instead of buying tons of stuff new. It feels good because some of the stuff has just been around for a long time. So anyway, I hope you guys have gotten some inspiration to use up your stash, and cheers to all of you who have been working on that. But I thank you guys so much for your time today. Please be sure to check out the ladies in the description box who've been faithfully playing along with me for the last few months, and I hope you guys are all having a crafty day.